So today, we're going to jump into it. We're going to make some progress, and hopefully by the end of the day, we hear this thing run.
That would be exciting. This truck needs to go out and plow, and then we need to get the transmission on the red truck fixed.
Because this is already taking twice as long as we wanted it to.
Yeah.
But that's the way it goes. I've done many of these projects, and it's always like, hey, I can get this done. Yeah, no.
Well, Tim says, oh, I have to go to my job.
You know that whole money-making thing. So, let's get to it.
Let's do it.
All right, so fuel line. We got our own, make our own fuel line here. So we got a black braided stainless steel fuel line. 45 down here. This will go down on top of the transmission next to and down to the frame rail. So that's our supply. The return's way down there. That'll be fun to get to. He's making our adapter right now. We found out the thermostat. We were telling ourselves it was down here. Thermostat is right here. And the one we took back was the right one. Isn't that funny how that works? So he's making the adapter for this to plug into. Oil pressure's plugged in. That's AC compressor. So I guess let's keep going on. Let's make our battery cable.
All right, so I'm making the adapter for the temperature sensor. So it'll go like that. Although, the only sad part is I don't have the right size drill bit for it. So I'm hoping that this works, so I don't have to go buy another one of these. And then a new bit.
We're taking the amazingly big battery cable, which I'm pretty sure is 4-aught, from the school bus.
This was the bus one, and then this is
It's the pickup one.
the pickup one. So about 4 times the size.
Yeah, but we're going to make sure this starter has every amp it needs to start.
And more, yeah.
And more.
That's our temperature sensor threaded into our adapter. So it worked with the wrong size bit.
Of course it did. Tim's just in the way, so we can't put it in right now.
Yeah, classic. Boom. There's our temperature sensor.
The security light is flashing, so we've obviously triggered the security system. So I had to figure out if we can just clear codes. Is that because I got it unhooked? What do we got to do? I know these are I don't know if these are CAN bus, or I don't remember when they went to that. But so we got to figure out why the security light's on, and then we'll get back to you. AJ, it says your truck's due for an oil change.
Yeah, I pushed that one a little bit because I knew I was taking the engine out, and I'm like, I'm not doing an oil change on this thing.
We're trying to verify if we have power getting to our starter solenoid wire, because we're not getting even a click. Hold on a second. So what we're doing is we're jumping the starter solenoid wire, and we are going to use a test light and verify that we got power down at the starter. Let's try again, fellas. You ready?
Yep.
And this came in too.
I heard that.
I was jumping the wrong relay. First attempt, we found we have power from the fuse block to the starter relay. Starter solenoid, I'm sorry. But when you turn the key, it wasn't wanting to start the truck. So we just found which wire we needed to give ground to tell the PCM to allow the key to start the truck. So AJ, hop in there and turn the key, and let's see if we get the starter solenoid to hit. There we go.
Whoa!
That's it. AJ's working on getting the brake pedal fixed up, so that'll be right. And pretty soon here, we'll be able to do a first start on this.
So one of the things that we left on this engine was the bigger oil pan. And so it will take all 5 gallons. We're about to put oil in it and maybe start her up in a few.
Cutting the hole in the floor for the shifter.
Oh, you put a hole in my floor.
It's definitely in the right spot. We just need to be bigger, but I wanted to obviously start small and go bigger.
Sure.
Almost above the dash.
Getting the bolts in right now. We'll see how it does. Yeah, we'll shorten that to make sense. This is our shifter. We got it all. We got the hole cut through the floor. It's sitting in here. We're just trying to mock up kind of where this needs to be. We need to cut this down a little bit. We're not sure yet where the height is, but my arm resting right here, it's going to be probably tops out right about here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Because that feels comfortable to me right there. So that being said, I've got an old breaker bar that used to be my dad's. So maybe what we'll do is we'll cut it about right there where my thumb is, and then this will be my shifting handle. And what we'll do is we'll weld this on there, get the angle we want, and maybe just paint black from here down or so. But that's one idea. If I don't like this idea, I'll probably just do like a ball of some sort, just a metal ball.
Do it again. There you go. She's trying. She's trying.
How's that wire feel?
It's not too hot yet.
Okay.
Oh yeah. All right, go ahead and start it. But it runs. That is a smoker. All right, start it again. I want to see if this one cylinder clears up. Now that we got it running, we got some of those bugs worked out of it. Time to get all the plumbing hooked up. So this is the 6.4, what technically would be the cold side intercooler pipe. This is all factory, so factory 6.4 radiator, AC condenser, intercooler, and this, they crush it to be able to fit in here, and we knew we couldn't put our own through there. So this is factory 6.4, and we're trying to convert it to our HE351 turbo. And I have a whole pile of piping left over from other trucks, so we're gonna see if we can't cut and weld and match intercooler pipes and slowly work on getting all of the plumbing hooked up to make this thing run like a factory truck. We figured out where the cold side or the driver's side has to go. It's kind of complicated, but we got it. Working on getting power steering, return lines done. Supply lines or high pressure lines are all hydraulic hoses. Those are all run. Just trying to get the return lines done so we can get this system filled up. And then we're running both return from the Hydro Boost and the steering gearbox through individual coolers because the Cummins power steering pump flows so much more than a pickup. We want to cool it, keep it cool. So we've got the factory transmission cooler up here we're running from the Hydro Boost to, and then we're going to run one of the Power Stroke coolers for the steering gear. Keeps everything good and cool.